Alrighty, I think we're on here. Okay, so I'm in for the last of the signs here. I don't know if anybody's had this. I cannot gain access to any of my videos online, and somebody else gained access, so I don't know how that happens. It's not even online, and somebody gained access to, I don't know. But I'm not very techie, so I don't get it. But anyway, so I will wait the 2 days that it takes to go on my page and let everybody for timestamps and whatnot. But anyhow, yeah, I can't get access to my videos, but somebody else can. So anyway, fire signs today: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, in that order. That is our selector back there. So I'm going to spin the wheel, and then that will give you your card selection, and I have all the cards out here. Love, infinity, spiritual, ruins, general, numbers, and animals, and Lenormand. Those are the categories. So we're going to spin here for Aries, picking a category for the week. And then I go with the 3 decks. Animals, this is new. Where did they go? These ones. Alrighty. So we got animal cards for the Aries that we're going to use. So we have 2 animal, just multi, and then a dragon. So get into it here. I'll start shuffling the decks, and then I'll just kind of channel some of the energy I'm picking up on for some of these Aries. And we'll go from there. Ooh, these cards are flipping everywhere. Are we agitated or flipping out? Aries, right? They're fire. They can be yeah, we might be activated highly in our Mars energy is what I'm getting. Let's see what happens here. That's better. Yeah, I'm getting chaos here. Some chaotic energy now, whether it's the Aries has been tripped up. They're in their energy outside of themselves, or they're doing this to someone else, is really what I'm getting. It's like trying to trip someone up on purpose is what I'm getting. See what happens here. Yeah, chaotic energy. Okay. 3. We'll put the dragon in the middle. Up to their tricks is what I got, quote unquote. They're up to their tricks. So they're either trying to really gain something that they want through trickery, or trying to trip someone else up so that they don't get what they want, is really what's going on here. So if I had the tarot deck, I feel like the 7 of Swords would be flying over pretty quick here. So there's something under their skin here. Either they're jealous of someone, trying to get, through that in the way that they best know how, or they're not got their way and they're going to make someone pay for that. That's really what I'm getting. So we'll see. Pretty harsh energy there. See if they can diffuse that in a good, healthy way. Animals are pretty good here. They got some good energies to ground out. So we'll see if we can get rid of that. Alrighty, first card for Aries for the week. Again, the energies, I'm trying to stretch it out, but it's usually just for the week here. See what we pick up. Okay, first animal card, seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. And that's kind of the sense I got here too. Hold on, guys. If I can do this without banging my microphone. There, it's not so intense. Deep emotional healing. That's the sense I'm getting here, is that the Aries is, they may be going out in anger due to the fact that they have been hurt themselves. This is what I'm getting. So it's kind of like tit for tat, okay? Or you hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you. Or, you're going to feel pain because I felt pain from you. This kind of stuff. Really immature, but nonetheless, this is how they're lashing out, really, okay? So it's because of a deep emotional hurting that has not been, they're showing me that like a ice cube brick. It's just not, we need to melt that away. That ice that we got, that shell around us, we need to melt that so that we can, that's the healing, right? The vulnerability to get underneath this would really solve some problems here. The next card is the grouse. It says express yourself through rhythm and movement by drumming and dancing. I've got that song, I want to bang the drum all day. That's how mad they are. So I feel like they may have to find creative ways to get some of their frustrations out, literally, because it's activity. Aries are high on the activity level of going outward in this way. They go outward actively to, and if they're in a vengeance mode, this can be rerouted quite highly if we can get into a rhythm, right? Express yourself through dance is really what I'm getting, or drumming, right? Drumming and dancing. Going back wherever, right? In the garage, and just crank the tunes and just let her rip. That's what I'm getting. It's kind of like we need to get things out physically in order to feel emotionally something, and we're not doing either of this, right? We're thinking of taking action here, but these are ways that are not healthy and productive, and that's the thing, is it could come back on us quite harshly. But nonetheless, it's the energy, the last shark. Wow. Trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. So be careful with what information that we've come across here. We might be on the wrong track. We might have the wrong information going forward, ready for vengeance, but we may have the wrong facts. Simple as that. So be careful about that. Yeah, instincts, again, Aries are one of the worst for getting their ego mixed up with their instinct. I feel like over the last year or so, if you've had a lot of conflict with people and using your instinct, I feel like this is what you've done. You've mixed up your ego with your instinct and switched them out, or not even switched. We've been using our ego as our trigger point, and this is where we may have done so again here. So there's a sense here of not really understanding, or maybe not even comprehending our instinct at all, because we've just gotten so used to setting it aside from our ego. Because really, a lot of the fire signs, our ego sits right up front and is driving, smashing into things. And those fire signs, they get used to doing this to a degree that they're used to the chaos. So they have a comfort level with chaos that should not be comforting, right? So this is the point here where we have to start making switches, changes, rerouting, right? And also double checking our facts, because the sense here is there might be something off here, and we may get an instinct to that. Like, wait a minute, something's off. But again, if it's an Aries, man, they're just going to bowl that over to get to the point of whatever it is they're after. Because if they set their sights on something, man, nothing gets in that way, nothing. So they got to really kind of relax a little bit, and maybe music can help you with that. And again, listening to our emotions, because the emotions here are, it's almost like a rage, or burning rage, right? A rumbling rage, where we're building up to a blowout here. That needs to be released. in order to see clearly where our instinct sits, or how to judge really fact from fiction here, or truth from false, that kind of thing. So worst to worst, go out and shake your tush on the dance floor and see if you can get rid of some physical energy. And yeah, our emotional state has to be calmed somehow. And for the Aries, I think that's a hard translation, because they really do take action. As soon as they start to feel, man, they're acting, they're moving before they even understand why. So this is what they're saying. We kind of need to slow down and understand this more. So on the Seagull, they're talking about emotional healing that is needed, right? We get a dragon card, Magenta. Enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. That's interesting. Awaken your soul memories to higher spiritual understanding and prepare for accelerated ascension. So this really is the bottom line here. Your soul wants to move forward. And pink, I always attribute to compassion. Taking compassion, right? Replacing the anger. Well, we can't do that, right? It's too much of a frequency shift to replace anger with compassion. It's complete polar opposites, right? So we have to somehow gain some wisdom here to look inside and go further into our emotions and healing. Okay. They're giving me a high sense here of the healing, right? And the feelings that you feel. How do you translate? When a person gets, like when a kid, let's look at kids. These are very great examples of how things can get mixed up real quick. You have a kid and he's playing and he's happy and he's got his toys, whatever, and some other kid comes along, grabs it. And then he has a fit, like, just right away he turns to anger and he starts going outward, hitting the other kid or whatever, right? He starts taking action. You see where you sit here. And he just starts beating on the other kid. Why? Because he wants his toy back. Okay. Now, this is the sense I'm getting. I mean, this is simplified right down. But higher on the field here, there's something that escaped us or got taken away from us unwillingly, and we want it back. And this is the sense that I'm getting here. We have not looked at ourselves properly to understand what that is. So we're going outward and creating havoc before we truly understand why we're feeling this way, is really the sense I'm getting. So they're like, the healing, yes, that's first, but we realize the mode that you're in, we cannot go from anger to compassion. So we have to take it out in creative ways, maybe music or, doing things in that kind of way. When I was reading it, drumming, they're going like bang, 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 like hitting things and taking your frustrations out in a safe way somewhere else outside of what is got you keyed up here. And then, of course, the shark, right? Dealing with that instinct and the ability not to go out and just bite everything, right? When we don't know, are we hungry? Are we hungry? We may not be hungry and we're going out biting things, right? So that's the thing. Now, the magenta, about the wisdom that wants to come forward, your soul, again, the instinct and the talking, the chatter of your mind. Aries, action, right? Fast movement. If we slow down long enough, we will hear these inner workings, right? The instinct, all that coming forward. But we're so rattled with all the rest of it that we just, so there's a sense here we need to self-regulate. Calm ourselves down enough where we can see straight, really. We're just seeing red here. The grouse, okay, again, the creative ways that we can take out our energy, music, drumming, da-da-da. On top of that, we get the gold and silver violet flame dragon. It transmutes the old around you with wisdom and grace. Again, that inner wisdom is there but it's so quiet. I mean, the ego, man, he just yells. He's like me, yappy, just yells over everybody. Nobody can get a word in edgewise. So that's what needs to be calmed here. It's time for transmuting magic healing. Offer service under grace. Yeah. So when worse comes to worse here, for the Aries to learn, they go outward, not so much self-centered, but going outward to others, try and help others, and maybe it'll give you that freedom of self to understand. Okay. Anyway, sorry. This is the violent flame dragon. It's pretty neat. Is it gonna focus? It would be nice if it could focus. Yeah, the butterfly, right? The transformation and transmuting old things that are trying to let go. And I feel like it's old habits, right? There's new wisdom that wants to come forward. These Aries, help them get what they want without all the chaos. That's really what they want to let go. And in order to do that, we have to change how we deal with stuff. We can't just go outward in anger and start creating chaos. We got to find different ways to do this, right? So that's that transformation that wants to happen. Look at that dragon. Look at that one, right? Yeah. Interesting. Now on the shark. Kuan Yin's pink dragon brings firm love that resets karmic balance. See all your cards dissolved by transcendent love. Enjoy your freedom and look for the divine around you. Keep in mind that, lotus flowers, they are really the most beautiful things that come from the dirtiness of the swamp, right? How pretty. Come on. Focus here. I have to put it right up there. Yeah, like they come from the muddiest, grossest part of the swamp, but they're the most beautiful flowers, right? Kuan Yin. Love that's resetting your karmic balance. So there may be a sense here where you may be fighting a karmic battle, and that's why we feel so strung out to rectify things or to make things da da da. But again, the ego, how do I, because your instinct is quiet, it's reserved, it's never judgmental, it's always appreciative, accepting, and unconditionally loving. So if you have anything outside of this, that is your ego. That is your ego speaking, right? In judgment, in whatever. So those things got to go. That's what's they're trying to transform for these Aries. And again, masculine or feminine, we're trying to deal with things in a different way, different light altogether. And I feel like these Aries are very ingrained in the way that they've dealt with things, though there may be some on different spheres. Like if you're cuspers, right, we may be a little loosened from those barriers of being set so much in ourselves, and how we need to go forward and look more outside of ourselves at how we can help others, and that will shift that frequency that keeps us tied to the anger, is what they're saying. Okay. Magenta dragon, again, talking about what was the key word here? Soul wisdom. Okay. Healing. Why? To gain wisdom, to take the time to do this so that we see ourselves more clearly in what we need to know. The animal card on top of that is the tiger. How fitting. Accept your magnificence, Archangel Raphael. You might have to look that up. I'm not familiar. I mean, Raphael. Yeah, look that up. I think the Aries, well, yeah, it comes in waves. The Aries can have very much a sense of knowing their own power. And I think to a certain degree, what they're communicating here is that the Aries may have a problem um, they may have a problem with communications with others, this like overpowering and dominance, as opposed to love, compassion, and like a softer side of that is what I'm getting. Like, because this tiger is really coming forward quite brilliantly in its energy, right? It's just kind of um it's not got his teeth out, it's not, you know what I mean? And it's super powerful. It doesn't have to be. And the Aries soul and spirit, they are super powerful, so they really don't have to exert that outwardly. It's felt inwardly. But the Aries themselves have to accept this, so they don't have to push that, because the Aries is a very powerful sign, and if you go outward in all of your power, you overpower, right? You have a tendency to overpower. This is what I'm trying to explain as best as I can here. But you can come out like this tiger and just kind of, um be sexy with it, just use it to the ability that it's steady, but we're not overpowering, we're not making people back away, right? And that's the sense I'm getting, is we have an urge here to go outward in a shark-like way, and we don't want to scare people. We just kind of want to be sexy and move through the crowd. People know we're powerful, they can feel it, and that's really what's going on. That's the energy that wants to transmute. I want to go from shark scary to tiger sexy. This is the thing, okay? If you're jiving here. Okay, next. I don't know, it's crazy verbiage, but anyway. The gold and silver violet flame. Yeah, just give me a minute here. Again, that old way of being, the old way of dealing with things, overpowering and making things scared, that kind of thing. I feel like that's the energy that wants to transmute. Now the card, the animal card that comes on that is the panda. Stay balanced in your essence, right? Yeah, don't overpower. Pandas are very, they're roly-poly kind of, but at the same time, they are powerful internal, right? Too, as well. They can be very strong, like they can bite through things that are, but they don't use that outward. They're kind of roly-poly, and they don't have to exert that when they don't need to. And even when they need to, just be sexy with it. We're good, right? We got it going on. Just don't overexert is really what I'm getting here. It's a warning. Kuan Yin, Pink Dragon. Firm love that resets your karmic balance. So it may be in the love direction here that we have issues, having a hard time balancing things out, right? In this love area. Okay. Now on top of that, we get the Kingfisher. Be patient and focused. I don't know. The Archangel here, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Go hard. Archangel, Bhokpi. Never heard of that. So be patient and focused. There's fish, and that's interesting. A bird looking down on the fish. Give me a minute here. Because one can do what the other cannot. In two different elements. May be significant. You may be dealing with an air or water element and have a sense that these people can do what we cannot, right? And that may be bringing up jealousy issues, right? Within us, seeing people outside of us that can do things that are out of our reach. So we're trying to lash out at them in ways to hurt them or to try and get them to back off. And it really is, that's a self-esteem issue right there, right? Wanting to hurt others so that, that's immature stuff. But the whole thing here is just, we have a powerful essence about us that we have not yet discovered, or understood maybe as much as discovered. I think we've used it in the wrong ways up to now. That panda energy is all about the inner strength, that we just really don't need to be violent outwards. I'm saying violent is pretty heavy, but chaotic, chaos making machines. We don't have to do that. We don't have to stir up that much energy in order to be powerful and successful. We can do it with grace, dignity, love, and kindness. If we're not in this mode, we got to find out ways to get there. Again, music and drumming. There's more they want me to get from this card, so I'm just gonna, as you see, right, this fish is following, and then the bird is looking like there's little stars here that want to be guided, and they're all over here. There's little stars, right, in these animals. It's like it's second nature for an animal to follow their instinct. Second, it's first. It is. Instinct is everything. It keeps you alive, right? You hesitate, you die. Now, I don't know why I said that, but the sense here is this is kind of how we have to react around an Aries. And they're going, we need to relax a little bit. We don't have to be pouncing on everything and everyone around us in order to like it's a control jealousy. Like there's a lot of lower level stuff here that we're really trying to overcome. And the problem is we're just not sitting long enough to assess it, because we would see it if we did. But we're really going from one challenge to the next challenge, and we're kind of stirring up dirt all along the way. Like it's just big dirt pile. So the Aries seems like they're at a point here where they're just kind of stirring up stuff, and they're not realizing the karma they may incur here, right? Because we may be incurring more karma than we realize. Why? Because we're used to chaos, and we live in chaos, and we kind of thrive in it, actually. So this is what they're wanting you to really change and realize that there's more than just us around us. We have to change and look at the dragon holding the butterfly. Like he could totally blow that sucker out, burn it right up right then and there. But look at how he's holding it and contemplating and thinking. And this is all the whole thing that they're trying to say. We just have to be more gentle with others around us. We have to deal with our jealousy issues and insecurities and whatnot, because we really are strong, and we're meant to be strong in a sexy way, not in a shark, scary kind of teeth out kind of way. And there's skills here, but we have to be zen long enough to pick up on that. So lower level energies we're dealing with heavy duty, and we need to overcome them heavy duty. We have the power to do so. We just need to slow down long enough. There's great strength here. It wants to come forth for you. So again, slowing down long enough. The universe is slowed right down. So this is a perfect time to do that. So that is Aries for the week. Wow, heavy duty. Okay, I'm glad the animals got used today, because I was wondering. Interesting read. So now we're going to go to Leo, right? Yeah. And then Sagittarian. So I will spin the wheel, and we'll pick up the energies for that. Put this away. Okay, so, oh man. Okay, there it is. That's the wheel. Leo, what's your category? Infinity. Okay, infinity cards. These are my cards. I used the Millennium deck to clarify, because they got an infinity symbol on them. And then the sun and moon just to top it up, to make a third pile. Okay, so Leo, what are they up to this week? Let's see here. Got the word organized, so either we're getting organized, or we're organizing, or we're just, everything's working like a well-oiled machine, is the sense I'm getting. We may not even know how good things are going at this point. We may not even, yeah. Stopping to smell the roses is not in our, what do you call that? It's not our MO. But we may need to do this at this time, they're saying, because we need to understand why things are going as smooth as they are. What are we doing right? We don't even know. Not aware of this. So there's a sense of being aware of our surroundings here that wants to come forth for the Leos. Realize why things are going right for you. Okay. I'm very happy. I'm getting very happy energy again. So this is good. Contentment. We're feeling deeper contentment with what's going on around us. Yeah. Which is interesting at this time. So we're obviously not watching the news, which is okay. They can get you wound up, right? Real easy. Yeah. And I feel like the Leos either maybe taking more of our outdoors in, or, at this time, I mean, everybody's going to be gravitating out in the northern hemisphere anyway. Summer's coming here, spring. It's really groovy energy for the Leo. They're like, things are great. But the universe is going, yes, but. We really have to understand why. Because there's no comprehension here, is what I'm getting from the Leo as to why. Like, they didn't even realize things are going good. That's how, I don't know if that's translating well. Things are going so well, so smooth. And they haven't been for so long, but we don't realize this. That's what I'm getting. Okay, first card. First card, Leo for the week. Look at this, swift energy. You heard me. Shuffle. And I feel like that is the Leo energy, moving swiftly. We're still moving swiftly. Again, not stopping to smell the roses. Things are going good. So it's almost like the effect that the universe wanted to have on you was to slow you down. Things are going good, so we shouldn't be sparking out in so many directions. We should be slowing down and enjoying. They're going, oh, we're enjoying, but we're speeding up. They're actually speeding up. Everything's going faster, quicker. They're making more plans, and they're going, no, this wasn't the plan. This wasn't. We're supposed to enjoy what's coming at us, slow down and absorb it, because we're going so fast. It's like we're not comprehending our life as good as it's sitting right now. Like, are we going to remember this in a month from now? This kind of thing. They want you to absorb all of this good time. They want you to be aware of it highly. Next card, Ten of Cups, balance and harmony. Again, all of that good stuff. They want you to slow down and absorb it properly. It's moving too fast, too quick. Like being in the moment, I think that's what they're meaning. We're not in the moment. Grounded. We're always thinking about the future. That's what they're going. Yeah, we're, we got to go here, we got to go there. So we're never really in the moment. Okay, we're at the park here, but we got to go shopping after, and we got to go this after, and we got to go this. They're always thinking about the next thing. They're going, no, we get to absorb, fill that cup up in the moment. So this is what the lesson here is, being lost on the Leos. They're going too fast through that jungle. Queen of Swords, cold and calculating. And not only that, they can't put their heart into things because they're just scheduling and calculating and avoiding. We may be still avoiding some things here. Since we got a head on a platter, so something's going on. as we get into the infinity cards to clarify this swift energy that's going out in all directions. I feel like that's the Leo in the center there. That's the Leo sun shining, and they're going out in 50 different directions. Quicker, faster than they could. Why? Because things are going good. So we're going to make hay while the sun shines, and and they're trying to slow that energy down. So the next card on top of that talks about codependence. So, okay. This is why. This may be why. We may have someone in our midst here that we're codependent on, and the sense I'm getting is we're avoiding that. There's some codependent issues here somewhere. Could be family, could be children or something. No, I don't think it's children. I think it's partners or friends or somebody that we are gaining charge from, right? We gain something from them, they gain from us. There's a codependency here, but it may not be the best energy for us, for our highest good. We need to be more independent. 10 of Cups, again, that's the harmony the universe is kind of bestowed on you. But not only that, the Leo has done that for themselves, but they don't realize why. They don't realize why all this stuff is happening. They don't even know that it's happening. They're just making plans for the next project. 33, the desire. This is always about wanting of a relationship, right? I just put it, it's a goofy UFO reference, but I want to believe it's kind of like things that are not manifested yet. So we may be in a codependent relationship desiring something different that's less codependent or more united and less whatever is going on here. I feel like there's a high energy for avoidance. So whether that's you or your partner, it's hard to nail them down. Somebody here just doesn't want to be in with the relationship at this time. We're just doing everything but getting so busied up, and that might be part of the problem as well. This is not looking good for if we're talking relationship material. Sense here is we may be busying ourselves up to such a high degree in other directions because we got a bone to pick with the partner. We're desiring something from our partner that we've kind of strung up here. Something happened. We either had an argument or something. And the sense I'm getting is that maybe the Leo is either holding back or not saying, and suddenly they blew. And now they feel, well, good, I got it off my chest. Now I can go out and whatever. They kind of not given a hoot about this person that they blew off on because it was built up and built up and built up to a degree. They kind of blew up. And then it's almost to a degree they don't even want to be in the relationship anymore. There's a sense I'm getting off with their head. I'm done. Okay, here we go. Look at this. Not good. Cold, calculating, malice. That's two hard hitting bad cards for the Leo. So, and I feel like this is directed at the partner. Yeah. Something happened with our partner here that we just either something, because they're giving me that energy of building and building and building and building, and then it just blew. And the sense here is we could have probably talked it through at some point, but it got to a degree here, danger. Like, I'm trying to kind of split the energy up, singles, couples, whatever. And the sense they're giving me is just we have a long-term energy here of a long-term relationship where things are building and building and building, and just the Leo was just had enough. Now, either, we blew up on the partner, got rid of the partner, got out of the situation entirely, and now we're dreaming about better days. I don't know. Okay. Now, on top of this, swift energy, talking about codependence within a relationship. So obviously there's somebody here is well, they're both codependent. We can't just have one codependent. There's a payoff for both, right? So to expand on that card, we got, excuse me, 7 of Wands. That's about being in defense, right? So there's swift energy here and also a defensiveness. And I feel like the Leo's carrying that swift energy. They're anywhere but with the partner, dealing with all of that. Or like, with this blowout, they just don't want to be there. They blew their lid, they let it be known, and now they're kind of burying off the partner, putting up a barrier to the partner. So again, this is about, I feel like the Leo is really trying to get to this. They're trying to balance and create harmony, the 10 of Cups. This is what they want. And the blowout was because they didn't get it, and they're not even close, is what they said. They're going, what we want, what we desire, so far from what we have or had. And we're starting to understand that now. And again, to a degree, though, we need to stop and realize these things so we're not diverting our attention where we're deluded to such a degree that we're not dealing. And this is how they're showing me how the blocks stacked up so high against this person is because we just really busied ourselves up to a degree that we didn't want to deal with our partner, but we wouldn't deal with our partner to let them know that, right? We just was in avoidance there. That's the word. In avoidance of things. So 33, I want to believe, again, that's what we want for our future. We want, whether it's with this partner or not, I don't know, that this week the energy's heavy for not, but it could just be a big blowout and a bad week with bad energy. So the next card is 10 Wands, talks about oppression. And that's what I felt like the same scenery, eh? The Leo's very much holding back, held back for such a long period of time that it had to break. This is the end. I can't take no more. The last straw, that kind of thing. That's what happened here. Okay. Now, with all the energy that's happening here, we have the 8 of Swords, which talks about interference. So this is interesting. Okay. Interesting. What they're telling me here is that there may have been somebody pulling the Leo's strings to actually come to terms with what's going on here. Because the Leo themselves wouldn't have sussed this like this view, like all of it out. So I feel like somebody from up here is pulling strings saying, do you realize that this is not going on? That's not going on. Do you realize da 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 da? And then that's what made the Leo see, right? Again, we're busying ourselves up to a high degree that there's so much energy going outward that we don't have any to focus on ourselves and where we're at, because we're spending it in all directions. This codependency energy is kind of throwing me here. Just give me a minute. I think the problem is we have been in a codependent relationship, not realizing it. We had to have someone outside of the relationship point this out to us. Then we blew, a Fruit Loop or two in the process here of a week. Maybe we had a talk with a friend and they're going, do you realize blah, blah, blah. And then, and then you go over a week and things build and you start to see it in full color. And then boom, we blew, right? Because the sense here is it's just not the Leo that's looking at this. But the sense is it's somewhat valid anyway. It's something that the Leo needed to see no matter. Because there's a codependence here in the relationship is really what they're pushing forward. That needs to be looked at, needs to be acknowledged, needs to be dealt with. Okay. Now, the Valor, the 7 of Wands, right? Standing up or standing against that energy. So there's something to do with realization of this through someone else. We realized something about, and I feel it's relationship wise. If it's not, it'd be very, very high friendship, like close friendship, where someone is dependent on us. We're dependent. I don't feel like it's, like 7 of Swords energy where the people are taking way too much. I just feel that the Leo knows in their heart what they want, but they're not realizing they couldn't get it from this partner until just recently, right? They're starting to put the pieces together that they're not going to get happy here. It's not going to happen. And the sense is that we're a little bit not in the greatest energy while we realize this. Kind of maybe had a blowout here that we may even regret, but at the same time, it did need to be vented because this is all just repressed energy that has been building and building and building because we don't talk to the partner about our feelings or any of it, right? So this is all heavy duty stuff here. For the Leo, a blowout that we gotta process, and also be wary of how much you busy yourself up in avoidance, or are we in denial of, these kind of things. So being aware of that energy and slowing down enough to process what's going on in your life, really, so that we don't avoid it. I feel like the interference can have a heavier energy, but I feel like whether it's a friend, and I'm getting there's a friend here or family member that kind of informed us of something, and that person really does want the highest good. And even though they have a perspective, the Leo wouldn't have gone forward with that if they didn't agree with that on a lot of levels, like 7 out of 10 levels, then they go, that kind of thing. So the sense is that we may have been pushed or convinced by someone else, but not to a degree that it's not our own action. We just might have seen it for quite a while longer or reacted from it, whatnot. So that's the Leo energy. Sorry, guys, pretty heavy this week. Dealing with some repression and going outward in kind of energy to blow that outwards. Which, right, as long as we don't, do too much of this stuff with the partner, we'll be okay. Take it out, I don't know, maybe take Aries advice and go out and dance in the streets or something. Well, not naked, but anyway. Okay, so now we are Sagittarius. Let's spin again the wheel and see where we end up here. I don't know if I think there's one or two we haven't done. Sagittarius. Animals again. Where'd they go? Right here. So here we go. Animal cards. These are cool. These animal cards. It's interesting, as many decks as I get. Some of them makes me wonder, but some of them don't have a lot of energy. I won't tell you which ones, but it's almost like the creators were not intuitive. That's what I'm getting. Or they just never put a lot of thought into it. Like there's not a lot of depth into the energy that wanted to come forth. So, because there's been decks I've, some don't jive with me. They're just not on my vibration. And sometimes I get decks that I feel are better suited to others. So then I will just freely do that. And there's some that are just like, it's like a stopper. Like you got in the dictionary, you got one word instead of a sentence. That's what it's like energetically. Anyway, I need to explain that. Okay, so for the Sagittarians, what kind of energy we got here? Yeah, these fire signs are not the greatest, the positive mode over this time. So they may be absorbing a lot of residual energy around them, right? Not able to get it off in a healthy way. So it's kind of coming out through anger and resentment and bitterness towards others. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Dragon cards for the fire sign. This is all good. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm getting a lot of variety here. I can't even nail it to one energy of what I'm getting. I'm getting like people that are sad, getting people that are mellow, that are people that are really hyped up, and people that like it's all over the place. So it's like a scattered energy that I'm picking up for the Sag. So maybe that's how your week's gonna go. It's just gonna be all over the place, splintered. I don't know. Let's see. I'm feeling a great empathy for animals, though, from the Sagittarius. Maybe they feel like they can connect better to animals over this time than humans because of, right? Maybe not being aware of the empathetic empathy channels that they're really, and animals can be like that. They can kind of suck energy out of you in a good way, though, like in a compassionate way where they give and they don't expect. So I think this is appreciated by some Sagittarians over this time here. Okay. Let's see what we get. Alrighty, so we're going to reverse the order here. Sagittarians, last but not least, fire. What do we have? We have a bear. Use power with wisdom. Archangels Uriel and Jophiel. You may want to look those up. They may be hanging out with you over the week. Yeah. Again, the fire signs have an ability to go outward very powerfully. But if we forget our wisdom, it's not very productive, right? Next card, B. Spread heart healing with joy. Oh, another archangel I've never heard of. Look at this. Archangel what? I've never heard of that. No idea. So the hive, right? Busy bees. Bees are always busy and they're always working. And again, that's the flower of life pattern back there. The sense, working towards the highest good is what I get here. Look at the bears love honey, right? These are correlating quite highly. Look at him looking at the honey. It's like he's looking right at it. And again, they're highlighting their goal. What else would be in that spot right there would be the heart, right? The heart of matters and how things are interconnected. Okay, I get it. This is showing the flower of life, right? It's like everything is connected and in myriad of ways we just can't even comprehend. And the bear and the honey, like how this is all kind of connected. So there may be some of the Sagittarians here realizing dot connecting in energetic patterns, things, intuition, synchronicities, all of this can be happening to higher degrees, connecting them more forcefully in a way that makes them work harder. I feel like this is highly spiritual for these people at this time. They're striving for more in the spiritual realms, okay? That's what I'm getting. Now we get a bat, and it says, see through illusion into truth. Another archangel I've never heard of. Dorkinda, whatever. So these bats, right? Seeing through the light, because they don't really see, they echolocate. So they have to use different abilities to seek their way. And I feel like that's what the Sagittarians is learning how to do. Their spirituality is that for them. It's starting to come to the surface. To be seen for some of these. May have been some in slumber, right? Because the bears, they hibernate over the winter, and now it's spring here up in the northern hemisphere. So they're coming out and exploring, and they're going to work to, right, gain the honey. What's the honey is like the fruits of their labor. And the labor here for the Sagittarians seems to be in the way of spirituality. Again, enlightening. Synchronicity is the magic of the universe coming to bear fruit, which bats like fruit. Well, some do. So there's a lot, heavy correlation with all of this. Truth's coming to light highly in their life, spiritually, though, underneath, not just with those materialistic things that are very obvious to physical things. These are beyond the physical. Okay, so our dragons for the Sagittarius, okay, the bear, right, power and wisdom, and then also having a heart as a center is what they're wanting me to add to this. Keeping our heart as a center, our mind and everything all in line, right? On top of that, wow, we have the rose pink dragon. Prepare your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open the heart to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Well, isn't that groovy? Like, this is cool. Look at this guy. He's got a big flower. And he's just holding it, waiting. All the petals, right? Pink rose. Opening up the heart center. And before I even looked, because they're upside down, the cards, they were highlighting that. We're awakening to our heart center, and we're trying to line up everything, right? The universe trying to do this, get you to do this. Pink rose dragon is going to be the energy that helps you gain that forward. Top of the bee, which is where all our energy's going. Bees are always moving. They never stop. So this is going to be highly where our energy's going. We have black dragon. Interesting. Cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. This is and it's got like earthy little plants in there that are, come on. Little plant that's starting to grow, right? The universe is new and fresh for this Sagittarian this week. They're awakening to a lot of mysterious, synchronistic whatnot, right? There's a potential here that wants to grow, right? Meditate, reflect, metamorphosis, a change, right? Awakening. I feel like this highly for the Sag, really seeing the magic of the universe is simply that. Now the bat, seeing through illusions, right? I'm just gonna go. Thor's red, black, and gold protects in times of change, rapid transition and transformation. Relax, you're safe. So you may have some anxiety. I'm getting highly that this is what Sag may be feeling some high anxiety due to the world events at this time. And the sense here is to relax from an inner place of peace and whatnot. Change is upon us, and I think the Sag may be overly sensitive to this because of what's going on in the physical world, right? There's a lot of stuff we're noticing, running around in our circles here spiritually, but outside world is really keeping us locked down with some anxiety and whatnot. And this dragon here in particular is there to kind of fend that all off, to drop that anxiety. The black dragon is there to cocoon you while you grow out of, whether it's anxiety or just out of the mode of being in hibernation, right? Not being awake, this kind of thing. And then the rose pink is just bringing that heart to the center. Okay, clarify again here. We have the mouse on top of that rose pink. We talk about the heart. It says you're overlooking some important details, so pay close attention to what's going on. My tongue's falling asleep here. So that's right. Pay attention to the detail. What detail? Our heart. And it does whisper things. and it does feel things, and we may not be used to all the flutterings of the heart. So we may be missing things, is the sense I'm getting. Now on the Black Dragon, the protection while we grow, we get the weasel. It says, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. It does say physical feelings. And they're like, we're not so much absorbed in the physical world. We got that cased, and we have all along. But now we're looking to the unphysical world. We're looking to the spiritual. All those things that are really unseen. And they're going, this is what we have to be silent and watch for. Those things are not obvious. Those things are kind of hidden. Those things that may be slipping by that we just not paying attention to. And the weasel, he notices everything, right? He notices everything. So on top of the protection card, we get unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So get creative. I feel like some of these Sag are just not. They're used to work mode and 100% mode and all of this stuff. And the unicorn is kind of that light, fluffy energy that even though we got to keep watch and pay attention spiritually, be light and fluffy with it. Go out and do something that, you normally don't make time for, right? Creative side, bring that out and embellish that. And that will help you help you appreciate this time more, appreciate things more, right? Again, the focus being on the positive here. And I do get a sense that some of these Sagittarians are having a hard time switching from, what's the word? Easy, like light mode, heavy to light mode, that kind of thing. And we've got permission to go on light mode. That's what they said. So we just need to do that, whatever. And it's whatever. It's easy stuff. We don't have to think. It's just stuff that we like to do, enjoy doing. For the masculines, could be sports, golf, tennis, baseball, basketball, this kind of thing. Go out and do more of that. Take time to do that. For the feminines, maybe crafting or photography or being out in nature or literally exercise, that kind of thing. Because they're the adventurers, right? They want to go and hike and trek and see things. So that kind of stuff. Expanding on the lighter side, things that are unseen. So it's a very light and fluffy reading. A nice ending point for these fire signs because they're heavy duty in the lower energies. So that needs to lift. Next week is a different week. So hopefully that will. And again, a lot of these readings, the energy may not hit or may not be recognizable until midweek to end of the week. So feel free to go back and forth, like check back a week from now, and it may be more pertinent or more, in your field. Because I'm finding that I tend to overshoot the energy. Or they give it to me that way, whatever, you want to put. But nonetheless, so yeah, mouse, weasel, unicorn, pink dragon for the heart, and the black one for growth, that we want to go forward, and the gold for protection. And then the bear, that's the energy we're coming in, like waking up, like what's out here and seeing that there's different things. There's patterning, a different type of patterning that universally wants to be shown to us. And again, the bat is blind, but it can still see, it can still get around. And that's the sense here is Sagittarians going into an area here where they don't know a lot, but they will be shown the way. It's just in a different way, in a different field. It's our higher senses, not necessarily our visual and tactile, right? So very good. Those are the readings. So hopefully those tide you over. Again, Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. I don't know why I'm routing everybody there. I'm kind of coming back out here, but nonetheless, I'm going to be posting a notice for the 15th. Friday the 15th, I'll be coming out to do a live night on YouTube. Well, I'm saying night, but it's going to be anywhere from 12 noon. I will post next week a graphic. So you'll have to look into the comment section or whatever and find it about exactly between 12 and 3 what time. I'll be on for an hour, and then I'll just read whoever's in, and then we'll go from there. So we'll do 3 card readings, that kind of stuff. So you guys have a good weekend. Hopefully everybody's still sane. I think we're all doing okay. Just reduce your amount of TV watching, meaning news and stuff, right? Just reduce that. It'll reduce the anxiety. So if you're anxiety ridden, do that. Get rid of the news and just kind of float. I mean, a lot of this stuff that's major will hit you anyway. You don't have to watch the news in order to get worked up about it. So hopefully that'll help. Anyway, take care, guys. I will catch you later. Have fun, be kind, and all of that. Have a great weekend. Take care.